Hey, everybody, this is Captain Yeet here for you to celebrate the 17th anniversary of Monsters vs. Aliens, the video game for the Xbox 360. So let's get into it. I'm pretty sure this game did come out on other consoles, but specifically, I played this game on the Xbox 360 and I loved it. This specific video is made by XK's Game. This is not my gameplay of all the cutscenes. This video is made by XK's Game, so I'm signing him out right here. Also, I'm gonna put the link to his video in the comics because this is not my gameplay. So, when I was a kid, I loved Monsters vs. Aliens. I remember seeing all the commercials and I wanted to see the movie so badly. I never got to see the movie in theaters, but we got the movie on demand maybe, I guess, well, like a couple months after it was out of theaters. But oh man, this boss fight sucked. I hated this boss fight. But yeah, after a few months later, when the movie got on demand, my family bought the movie for the whole family to watch. And I remember that night when we watched it, I was the only one awake. Like my whole family fell asleep while we were watching the movie. I was the last one awake because I love the movie. I watched the whole thing right then and there, and I used to rewatch it all the time on demand, or we get it from Redbox. I fell in love with this movie, man. This was so dope. I wish they got a sequel. I think I heard it was gonna get a sequel, but it never did, or it was like planned, but it got canceled, which really sucked. I would have loved to play. I would have loved to play a second game of this and also see a second movie. But yeah, they got me the game a little while after we watched the movie because my family saw I love this movie, so obviously I love the game. And in this game, it was really cool because it follows the main plot of the story. I mean, it follows the main plot of the movie, but it does change some things up to where some stuff happens differently. Like specifically in the very beginning of the game, it shows that the monsters tried to escape the facility and they brought out this giant robot to stop the monsters called the Avengers. And they all, not the Avengers, but just the Avenger. And they all had to fight against it to get out of there. Also, they changed some stuff up to where after they defeat this main monster, I mean the main alien robot with the big eye that's on all the posters and stuff. The Galaxar brings out a second robot that's it's basically another probe, just like this robot, but he brings out a second robot that goes out into the desert and they have to fight that robot. It's like a giant scorpion. That was cool. Also, the ending of the game is a little different. I mean, the movie. Sorry. Also, the ending of this game is different from the movie. It's not so different to where it's bad. It's just a little different, and it's really cool because you get to play as all the monsters. I love it, man. They do sound pretty similar to the movie, so I don't know if these voice actors are just that good, or they actually got to get some of the actual people that voice the characters in the movie in the game. Which I know that does happen sometimes, not all the time, but it does happen sometimes. So maybe I don't know though. I never really looked that up. But you do get to play as all the monsters except for Dr. Cockroach and for Insectosaurus. You get to play as Susan and like these roller. Well, as you saw, she was using her like car skates like she does in the movie, and she would like skate on those skates specifically in the facility outside against robots. To kick robots at the giant, will kick mini robots at the giant robot. You get the rail grind, you get the wall grind, jump over stuff, dodge and double jump. I liked her gameplay the most, and I liked her character the most too in the movie and in the game. I used to have a big crush on Susan when I was a kid, so she's my favorite character. Link, he specifically like a beat 'em up sort of platformer. He specifically jumps onto the Avenger, this robot, and the other robot, and he goes on the outside and also the inside of the robot and messes stuff up, and also fight little mini robots inside of all these robots, which is really cool. That's really dope. I remember some specific boss fights that he had with like a giant hand, a bunch of mini robots combined into one really big robot. Like, that was really cool. I like his gameplay the second most. Bob, he's somewhat the same thing as Link to where he does the same thing whenever throughout the game to where he goes onto the robot and he's working on the outside of it and also the inside to mess up stuff like specifically like the force field and all the stuff like that, or maybe he'll like unscrew something to make an arm fall off. He'll mess up things inside the robot. He does the same thing as Link, but specifically his gameplay is more puzzle based instead of beat 'em up based. Because Link, he's supposed to be like this strong missing Link dude, so he's like beating up these robots with his tail, picking them up and throwing them. Bob, he can hit them with his head, eat them, spit them out. But like I said, he's more puzzle based, and Bob gameplay I like the least. Like I hate his gameplay the most because it used to get me so confused on what to do. Like I know what to do, but the puzzles I had to do with like grabbing crates to go over grates so I don't fall through them or I have to fall through them. They used to confuse me so much as a kid to where every time I replayed the game, I had to call my older sisters or I had to call my dad to come help me. Specifically, it's only one specific puzzle. Hey, hey, look at the. Oh man, I remember these so much. Little mini robots. Look at them. These are little mini robots you get to fight inside the big robot. I remember these so much. Anyway, sorry. I've been watching gameplay for this game in so long. I was like, oh, look at them. Look. Anyway. What was I? Oh, Bob. Sorry about that. I just saw the little mini robots. The with Bob, like I said, it's puzzle based. So I had to get my dad or my older sisters to help me. Specifically, it was only with inside of this robot. I don't know the name of it, the probe, the one with the really big eye or the one eye. That puzzle I had to do with Bob, the first one. That's the main one that confused me so much to where I was like, oh man, I can't do this. I need my older sisters or I need my dad. The other puzzles did trick me up a little bit. It took me a while to beat, but I was able to beat it by myself. But that one specifically, I needed help so bad. Oh yeah. Let me go back to Susan really quickly. Susan, I loved her gameplay the most because it was really fun and she was my favorite character. But with Susan, the only thing I disliked about her gameplay was specifically the button mashing and quick time events. Because as a kid, I sucked at button mashing and quick time events so much to where anytime a quick time event would show up, it's really funny when I think about it. But anytime a quick time event will show up, I'll pause the game and be like, okay, I have to click X Y. Like I'll repeat it over and over and over and be like, okay, I got this. I'll pause it and I'll do it. Sometimes I'll get it right. Sometimes I wouldn't. But I used to really suck at QuickTime events. I could do them now, but as a kid, I sucked. And also button mashing. I don't know what it was. I'll click the button as hard and as fast as I could, but a lot of the times it just wouldn't work. And that would happen with Susan every now and again. And I hate whenever I die, especially because whenever I played as Susan, I had to run away from a robot. Specifically, that's a lot of her gameplay running away from a robot or dodging it. I would panic. I didn't want Susan to get hurt, so I'm like, I gotta get away. I gotta go. I'll panic so much. But with the bud mashing, I remember inside the facility, she had to like grab like those giant metal doors you saw in the movie. She'll go up to it. And you have the bud mash to like yank up the door so she can go through. And I used to suck at button mashing. I don't know why. I'll do it as hard as fast as I could, but it'll be like 50-50. Oh, I remember this. I'm sorry. I'll probably just keep saying that every time something shows up. I remember that. But yeah, I'll do it as hard as I can, but nothing will happen. You don't get to play as Insectosaurus. Insectosaurus is just basically in the background, helping out, doing random stuff in cutscenes. Not really much in gameplay. The most gameplay that you'll do helping out with Insectosaurus is, well, as you saw earlier, Susan was falling, so he'll start out some snot and he'll grab it. I mean, so grab it. You have to button mash, like yank yourself up. It'll be little stuff like that, but mainly, yeah, you don't really get to play as Insectosaurus, which kind of makes sense. Insectosaurus is so big. I don't really know what you could have done gameplay wise. Also, with Dr. Cockroach, he doesn't help out either with the fights. Now, he is in the cutscenes to where it kind of seems like he is helping out in the fights, but no, he's really more on comms. Anytime you play as Susan, Bob, or Link, he's always talking to you with your little comm in your ear, telling you what to do, what not to do, what kind of gameplay thing you should do. He's more of the comms person. Also, General Monger is that way too. I know you get to play as him technically in multiplayer, because in multiplayer, specifically with Link and Bob, I don't know if it works with Susan gameplay. I only ever tested it out with Link and Bob. But with Link and Bob, if you plug in a second controller, a little like sniper scope indicator will pop up on the screen, and it'll be Dr. Cockrell's face like right next to it. And he'll be like, "Hey, I'm using this drone or something to help you out just in case you need some help." And you get to shoot like bullets to help him fight all the little robots and stuff like that. That's kind of cool because Dr. Cockroach isn't really a fighter. He didn't really fight in the movie either. Yeah. Dr. Cockroach didn't really fight in the movie anyway. So yeah, it kind of makes sense why he's not really a playable character. It would have been cool because he's a good character, but yeah, it doesn't really make too much sense for him in gameplay wise. I'm gonna pause the video really quickly to fast forward to a different cutscene because now we're about to get like the news and stuff, and I want to show the monsters. My boys. I want to show the monsters. So let me just pause really quickly. Hey, I'm back, and here's that second giant scorpion robot. So I don't have the game anymore, like specifically the disc of the game anymore. And the reason why I don't have that is because when I was a kid, I had this friend at my church I used to go to. I still go to church, but I go to a different church now. But I had this friend I used to go to church with, and I spent the night at his house. And when I did that, I brought a bunch of my 360 games over there because he didn't really have too many 360 games, but he had a 360. So I brought a lot of my 360 games over there: Monster vs. Aliens, Space Chimps, Kung Fu Panda, a lot of different games over there, so we can go play them, right? So I brought the game, I brought all my games over there in like this little. It's like it was like this zip up pouch thing that had a little slot for DVDs to be put in there. So I brought that over his house. I spent the night. We had a good time. I went home, but I forgot my disc over there. So that was like Friday. Fast forward to Tuesday, we have Bible study, and I'm telling him, "Hey, I forgot my games over there." He goes, "Oh yeah, I saw that in my room earlier. I can't believe you left it over there." I said, "Okay, oh thank you. So you still have them? So can you bring me my games back on Sunday?" He goes, "Yeah." So fast forward over to Sunday, we I meet up with him after church. I'm like, "Hey, can I get my games back?" He goes, "No, I want to keep them." I'm like, "What?" Obviously, I want to play Monsters vs. Aliens again. So we start spazzing. Our parents gets involved. Only my mom was like, she don't want to, get the police or anything involved. So bring the games back soon, or I'm gonna, call the police or something. So we cut to him leaving. So his mom and dad are divorced, and yeah, his mom and dad are divorced. So his dad got to keep him like for a week or so. Then he had to go back to his mom for a week or so. But then he went back to his mom, and he just never came back. I think his mom moved somewhere. And then the dude that his dad left the church. So I never got my games back or anything. I don't know if my mom ever like tried to press charges on him or something like that. But yeah, I never got my games back. And I had a decent amount of games there. That's why all my 360 games that I have off to the side, it's like only a few. There was only a few I didn't bring over there. But yeah, I was so upset. I cried like crazy. Like I said, I used to love replaying this game and other games like that, like this, like crazy, especially Monster vs. Aliens, and he just took it. Oh, I was so upset. I mean, he can take the disc, but he can't take the memories. I still got those memories. Oh, hey, it's robot. Sorry about that. He can take the disc, but he can't take the memories. I still got those up in my noggin. You can't take that. So at least I got the memories. And I tried to get the disc again at Traded, but I couldn't. And that story is so funny because like a month ago, I think it was, me and my mom went to trade it just randomly for some reason. Oh, this got to be the cutscene when they all morph into a big robot, right? Yeah, 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 it is, it is. Oh, this is so cool. Sorry about that. Yeah, this is when they all morph into a big one. This boss fight took me a little while. I'm not gonna lie. This was a little tough. But anyway, um, we were just out running errands, and we went over to our local trader for something. I forgot for what. I think my mom was looking for something. But when we went there, it had a note on the door saying we moved locations. And we were like, "What? We didn't know they moved locations." And we went over to the new location. It was in a smaller building than what it used to be. But we were looking around. I went over to where the games were, and they had a bunch of 360 discs and these little slots. And when I went to the 360 disc, I was like looking around them, and in my mind, like, yo, this is nothing but God. In my mind, I was like, it'd be funny. What if I just like keep swiping through these discs and I find the Monster vs. Alien disc? That'd be so hilarious. And while I was thinking that, maybe like 5 to 10 seconds later, I'm swiping, boom. It's the 360 disc for this. I said, what? I almost yelled and traded. I was like, no way. I was just randomly thinking about that and it popped up. But I didn't have my wallet because I was just, I just randomly went out to go help my mom run errands. I didn't bring my wallet, but oh, it's ahead. Okay, I'm back. So I didn't have my wallet, so I'm like, oh, this kind of sucks. So I have to come back. So I put the 360 disc for Monster vs. Aliens like in the back of a bunch of these other discs. So I'm like, okay, so no one can find it. We come back a day later, and I go to the spot where I put it. It was gone. I almost fell to my knees. I was like, no, I should have just bought it that day. What am I, an idiot? Oh no, this, that, and the third. I was like panicking so much, man. I was so mad. But then I found it. I guess they moved it somehow. I don't know how, but they moved it. But I was able to find it, which I was so happy. Oh, my girl, look at that! You flip it over. Oh, yeah, I love how they just had her have like a new outfit on too when they went to the desert. That was cool. But anyway, so I find it and I'm gonna go buy it. But when I looked at the back of the disc, I was like, it looks kind of bad. But I was thinking maybe it's just me because it wasn't like in a plastic disc thing. So I was like, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's not actually looking that bad. So I'm gonna go buy it. And the lady took it out of the thing and sold it to me. I was like, whoa, yeah, this looks horrible. It looked like Wolverine had it. I didn't say that out loud, but the way I was looking, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna buy this. Then the lady looked at it herself, and she even said, you know what? I don't think I can recommend even selling this to you because it looks so bad. Give me your number and I'm a, if we ever get like another disc in, I'm a call you so I can, sell it to you. But yeah, this looks like so bad I can't sell this to you. I was like, okay. So I haven't had a call yet in the last month, but hopefully they still call me soon. But man, I was so upset. I was so upset. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Even if I did buy it, I would have still bought it though. But even if I did, I couldn't play it just now because my 360 doesn't work. I plugged it up and it turns on and everything, but the disc reader is broken because I put some of my old 360 disc in there and it was revving up, but then it will stop. It just kept doing that. I'm like, what is going on? And I looked it up. It said, yeah, like the reader is probably really old and it's broke. So yeah, that sucks. That sucks really bad. So I'm gonna have to go get it fixed or buy a new one. My sister has a 360, but she lives like 3 hours away from me. I don't know how I'm gonna get that from her. So I would have maybe I can still buy it somewhere. I saw some cases on what's it called on eBay and on Amazon, but Amazon is like $30 on the eBay. It's really cheap, but the shipping is kind of crazy, so I can't really buy it. So I don't have the disc anymore, but I do have the DVD. I got the DVD to show off right here, so I got the DVD at least, which is kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, that's almost about everything with Monsters vs. Aliens that I remember from playing this game all the time. Oh no, I don't remember another story. When I beat the game, I thought it was so funny because oh yeah, here's like the new outfits he has on for some reason it's glowing. But I remember I was at the end of the game, and I remember I got to this part after it was done saving, and then I quit. And then my mom, she became friends with this lady at my church, and she had two daughters. An older daughter that was like way older than me. She was like my sister's age, my older sister's age, and then a younger daughter that was my age. Me and the younger daughter used to goof around all the time. And one day she spent the night over at my house, and she was like, "Hey, Captain Yi, you always talking about Monsters vs. Aliens. Can I watch you play the game?" I was like, "Yeah." I started playing the game, and while I was doing the final boss fight, I was panicking. I was like making sure I wasn't messing up, doing the whole skate scene, running away from Galaxar in the spaceship. It looked kind of furry to me, like the spaceship when it was getting damaged, so it looked kind of creepy to me. But when I was like, doing the final boss fight, I kept looking to the side to see if she was watching. No, she was she wasn't watching at all because she fell asleep in like 2 seconds. I was so upset, but at the same time, I'm like, I gotta finish the game. I was like really excited, but she fell asleep so quickly. I was like, what? Why she fell asleep? Like, you asked me to play this game and you just fell asleep? This is ridiculous. Like, this is so stupid. But I'm mainly just showing cutscenes. I'm gonna pause it and go to a different video. Specifically, the video is still made by XK's game, but it's actually like the gameplay in the game. So I'm gonna show some gameplay of the game. So before we end the video, man, if they ever come out with this game again, I would definitely play this like a remaster. A remaster will go crazy. I love a remaster. And I didn't know this game was. Let me pause it. Okay, I'm back. Okay, this isn't actually gameplay. Oh, sorry about that. This isn't actually gameplay, but I did want to show a cutscene with the giant Avenger robot that the Susan is running away from. 'Cause I'm like, oh no, Susan, you gotta run, you gotta run. I love her gameplay so much. This was my girl back in the day. I loved her so much. But okay, yeah, now I'm about to pause and actually show some gameplay. Sorry about that. I was like, I gotta show a cutscene of the Avenger or something, but then let me cut back and actually show some gameplay. And this facility is like way bigger than I thought. Cause remember, like right here, she was running away like in a cave, and this cutscene had me like spazzing. Like, no, she can't hit him. Like, no, 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 hit her. Okay. Okay, I'm back. So this video is actually made by Wissing Tycho. It's not XK's game. Sorry about that. I don't know why I thought it was XK's game. I think it was a different video I did to where the gameplay and other stuff was at the same thing. But yeah, here's some like actual gameplay of the game. Oh man, I love this game so much. And her sections were so cool. Wall jumping, rail grinding, doing all this other stuff, getting the monster DNA. I love this game so much. Oh yeah, like I was saying, I didn't know this game was made by Beanox. That really surprised me. A few months ago, they were like doing like this anniversary of Beanox and everything that they made, and they had this picture up there that had like a bunch of games they made, and specifically one of the games was Bob. I mean, well the picture up there was like Bob. I'm like, why is Bob up there? Did they make? I'm like, no way, they made Monster vs. Alien. I looked it up. Yeah, they did. I mean, I know they showed it at the very beginning, but I wasn't really noticing that as a kid. I really just only know them as the guys that made Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. I love that game. That was really fun. I'm also do a video game talk on that when the anniversary comes out. But I didn't know I don't even really know them as that. So I didn't know they made this game. So I was really surprised when I saw Bob up there. I'm like, what? Bob? Wait, they made the GOAT? They made this peak? Like they got to do a remaster like they did with Crash. You know what I'm saying? I doubt they'd do that. I honestly doubt they'd do that. But if they ever did a remaster, I'm getting it day one. Oh my goodness, I'm getting this day one. I'll be so happy. So I'm gonna show some more gameplay from later on in the game. We'll see wearing a red outfit, and then I guess then we'll be done. Oh yeah, here's the section I hated, man. She'll come to this giant door. She has the button mask. I'm like, I'm doing it as hard as I can. Like I know what's going on. Like I just get so upset at this. Like I'm doing it as hard as I can. Why is nothing happening? Like, nothing will happen. And you had to switch buttons too whenever you button mask. It's basically like a mini QuickTime event, which I suck at. Like, come on, what is this game doing to me? It's just funny. It's funny though. Okay, yeah, now let's get. Oh my goodness, the boss fight with the Avenger. This was dope. Oh, I loved it. You had to dodge the lasers. You had to hit the rockets back at it. You had to I think that was about it. Yeah, you had to dodge the lasers, hit the rockets back at it. Obviously, this boss fight. It's the very first boss fight in the game, so it can't be nothing too complicated. But man, I hated boss fights as a kid because it used to make me panic, especially if I died. And this one was so panicking too. I didn't know. I kept getting confused sometimes with the green lasers and the red ones. I know you had to duck under green, jump over red, but sometimes whenever he did the spin move, I was like, that laser, I can jump over that. So sometimes I'll try to jump over it, and yeah, it wouldn't end so well. I'll probably get hurt or die. And eventually I had to learn, like, okay, yeah, you know what? I'm never jumping over green again. I just have to duck. I have to duck under it. I'm trying to wait for the cutscene to pop up to where, the rockets will come at you. You had to hit them back at them. That was so cool to me. And I love the second section with Susan too, because it had lava everywhere. You had to dodge that. Like, here it comes. Oh no! The rockets! Ah! Wink! Bink! Throw it back at him. She catches a rocket. I was like, what? Come on! Boom! Okay, now let me cut forward. I'm getting too excited. I'm definitely watching this video later. I'm getting too excited. I'm getting way too excited. Let me watch this video later. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Oh, I was skipping through the video to find this specific scene when she was running through this new area with the lava and everything and the lasers. And I almost forget. Whenever you play as Link, there was that giant gun on top of the Avenger you had to take out. But you had to take out these other like drones and stuff. And there was specifically this one part to where there was like these little turrets. You can jump on the back of it and so just start beating the mess out of the turret, and then you'll just destroy it with like a sledgehammer move. I loved doing it as a kid. I almost forgot about that. Almost forgot about that. But yeah, that's about everything with Monsters vs. Aliens for the Xbox 360. This is the 17th anniversary, so happy anniversary. I love to play this game all the time as a kid. I wish to make a remaster, or hopefully I can like get my 360 fixed or get a new one. I'll probably want to get my 360 fixed because I had it for so long. I want to keep it, so I'll probably just buy it to get it fixed. But I gotta save up the money because it does cost a lot. Because it costs 60 to even look at it to know what's wrong, and it costs more to gain the parts to see what's wrong with it too. So yeah, I'm gonna need to save up to get the 360 fixed, and then eventually I'm gonna have to find a disc. Either they're gonna call me back, or they're gonna or I can just find another disc copy on eBay or on Amazon or something. Probably eBay because Amazon it was like $30, and eBay was a lot cheaper, but the shipping was kind of crazy. So I don't know. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to play this game again one day, or they make a remaster. Yeah, if they ever come up with a second movie, they'll probably do a remaster, but I doubt it though. I doubt it. I pray and hope. I pray and hope, but I doubt it. But yeah, I have a lot of fond memories of this game. I loved it very much. I didn't notice this, but I saw someone comment on one of these videos I was watching. But they were like, "Did you guys ever notice that in this game, whenever they talk to Link, they always call him the missing Link. They never just say Link, because in the movie they just say Link, but in here they always say the missing Link. I never noticed that. I was watching some gameplay when I was like, when I paused it, and I was like, oh, they kind of do just call him the missing link. I don't know why they say his full name. Like I don't know why they do that. But yeah, that's about it. I really missed this game. Well, like, share, subscribe. Oh man, I hated this. I was like, where do I go? Where do I go? I'm getting so nostalgic. Well, okay, sorry. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you all later. Thank you all for watching. I think you all out there be one human beings, and I see you guys next time. But oh wait, did I This is my second time recording. I can't remember if I talked about the TV show. Cause I think I talked about it in my first recording. Did you guys ever watch the Monster vs. Aliens TV show? MVA. MVA. You ever watch that? That was such a good show to me. I mean, it was a little wonky, but I loved the show. I remember what's it called? I remember every episode came out every Sunday. And I also remember the very first episode I was able to see it. I was like really excited for it because they do promotions for it. Monster vs. Aliens coming out, whatever day. So at my old church, we got out of church on Sundays. So whenever Sunday, oh yeah, the girl. Oh, so whenever wait, can't sorry, I'm stuttering. So it came out every Sunday around like 1 o'clock, let's say. I get out of church at 12. So the very first episode that came out, I was like really gung ho. I really wanted to watch it because I love Monster vs. Aliens, and they're making a TV show. I gotta watch this. So I remember we get out of church at 12. I'm not telling my mom we have to go home. We have to go home. And we just barely made it home just in time for me to watch the first episode. It's been so long since I watched this show, but I remember at the end of the episode, there was like a black hole that popped up, and Susan had to use her butt to block it off so it doesn't suck up anything. I also remember in the TV show, Susan was able to regulate her size because in the movie and the game, she's always this big. I forgot how, but in the game, I mean, in the TV shows, he was able to grow really big, but he was also able to make herself go normal size, which is really cool. But yeah, I remember I was able to watch the very first episode, but we weren't able to make it home just in time every single week. So I kind of fell off of the show. I missed a lot of episodes. I also watched whatever episode was on TV, whatever day I was watching it, but I wasn't really caught up, watching in order. So I didn't really know what was going on. So that really sucked. So I gotta rewatch the show. I don't know if it ever had an official ending. What I mean by that is, sometimes TV shows get canceled to where the ending they have in the show is just like a random episode. It wasn't like an actual like series finale to where they like finish off all the storylines and stuff. I don't know if that happened. Hopefully they did, but I truly don't know. I remember they had all those other aliens pop up. The warrior girl, the smart little kid. There's that one dude that looked ugly that wanted to take over the world, but he was pretending like he didn't. Yeah, hopefully they wrapped it up in a tiny bow, in a tiny nice bow. But like I said, I don't know if they did or not because I never finished the show. But I love the show too. I really love the show. The show was really dope. I think they changed. They definitely changed the voice actors in the show. I don't know if they did in the game though, because they sound pretty good. But I don't know. I do like how in a lot of concept art, Susan was wearing this red outfit, and I think even in the game box art she's wearing the red outfit. And a lot of concept art she's wearing it, but in the actual movie she didn't. But it's kind of nice that they brought that in here. And maybe the outfit she was wearing in the desert, maybe she was supposed to wear that in the movie, but they didn't. But they had that in here, which is nice. That's pretty cool. They did that. They didn't have to do that, but they did. That's sweet. Like little stuff like that. They added anything else like that. I don't know if they did or not, but they did. That's cool. That's really cool. They did. Sorry, but I'm just rambling now. But yeah, that's about it with Monsters versus Aliens. MVA. Sorry, I love that. Okay. Bye. All right, let me get my case out. Let me get my case. Bye. Go Monsters. Actually, I kind of want to end it on a cool shot. Okay, I'll end it on this cutscene. I was thinking like I kind of want to end it on a cool shot, like just something random, But I guess I ended on this cutscene when Susan knocked the rocket back. I saw this already, but it's still a cool cutscene when she knocked it back and it hit it, and she was like, "Yes, I did it." But okay, yeah, that's about everything. Sorry about rambling. I just love this game and this franchise so much. I wish they'd bring it back. I don't know if it made a good amount of money, but maybe not. I guess I'll look that up and put it in the comics. But okay, bye. All right.